Yo, as requested, I'm going to review a full day of eating by the Tren twins. They look so incredibly short. It's funny how, if this channel was called the Heroin Twins, it wouldn't be allowed on YouTube, but because it's called the Tren Twins, and it promotes Trenbolone, it's somehow okay, even though it's an illegal drug in most countries on Earth, especially in the United States. It's very clear that the so-called system wants you to use these drugs to shorten your lifespan, to essentially kill you.
It's AM, already getting choked out in the morning because Christian's doing a fucking... I got bedhead, haven't shaven in a few days, and frankly, I'm hungry as That's why we don't record our vlog in normal life, because, you know...
Of course, these loser slaves have 2 dogs instead of children. Who would want to have children with them anyway?
This shit ends up happening.
If that doesn't wet your whistle, then I don't know what does. Wet your whistle?
Why do you wear a hoodie inside of the house?
Look at that color. Look at that beautiful color, that creaminess in those eggs. Why aren't mine cooking?
Look at that.
Take the spatula from
Here you go. Thanks, brother. We got one spatula for some fucking meal. So we got that typical, just bodybuilder fucking meal, honestly. Egg whites, oats.
How are you bodybuilders? You're destroying your bodies. How are you in any way building your body? You're not doing anything that's healthy for your body. It's very clear self-destruction. They eat typical garbage. It doesn't even matter what they eat because of the drugs. Of course, he also has toxic tattoos.
I'm gonna let that digest because it's gonna take a while for all that fiber, you know, those eggs, probably like a few hours. I'll be muscle.
The eggs are the only good part of the meal from what I saw. They also ate bread, which is full of glyphosate and only has fiber, anti-nutrients, and sugar.
I'll be hungry in probably an hour, honestly. You got 5 meals today?
You're fat.
I'm fat as
You're fat as
I'm fat as You wanna tell me some more?
Yeah, you're fat as
I'm probably eating more than I was in December because I would eat crumble cookie and then starve myself because I was just like, damn, I'm fat as Speaking of gear, we got a new cycle. You know, everybody wants to know about steroids. They think it's all. I'm taking like 200 milligrams of fucking test a week, which is...
You're not taking...
220.
How can this be allowed on YouTube? It's just amazing because if you would be saying that about any other drugs, then your video would be removed within a minute. But just because you promote these specific drugs, which are just as illegal and deadly, it's somehow okay. It's the same reason they promote Sam Selleck and all of these people. They want young men to be on drugs. It's just clear as day.
What was it? 70, 140, 210. Yeah, so I was 10 milligrams off. Me. Right now we're on fucking, you know, 210 milligrams of test, 20 milligrams of Anavar, 2 IUs of growth. You can see how that affects us, which is practically nothing. Keep everything like moderately low. Like I don't even need that much. It gets to a certain point where it's actually toxic for your body, and
it's always toxic for your body. It always destroys you biochemically. All that it does is age your body. These guys are in their early 20s but already look very aged. They don't have any youth left. In your early 20s, you should still look like a so-called teenager.
Preventing you from actually getting better. The reason you want to stay away from just fucking taking gear as a beginner lifter is because you're putting on natural gains that you could have put on natty. You want to like extend how much gains you can get as a natural because you don't want to put on muscle taking steroids that you could put on naturally. Like that just sounds fucking.
Then you're gonna have to take more steroids later on in your lifting career to get more gains. So you're kind of like you're compensating.
Lifting career. They actually see it as a career, kind of like a job, as if you're progressing. How are you progressing? How is it a career? What do you actually achieve? What's the end goal of lifting? All that you do is lift more and more man-made metal in a man-made building full of loser slaves who are either ugly or short. 99.99% of men who go to the gym, and especially the ones who use drugs, are ugly or short, usually both. Are you trying to compete with the ugly and short guys to see who can lift more man-made metal?
Stay natural. Stay natural. Me, man, I'm going for that jalapeno.
That definitely has calories in it, though. Chicken and fucking rice, what do you know? most easily digestible meal for your body because it has the least amount of nutrients.
I don't want to give him any misleading fucking information.
I watched a whole YouTube video on the history of meat and which is most nutritious. But as far as amino and like overall mineral composition, it's last. How do we find a way to argue about chicken and rice?
Is the rice or the chicken easier to digest? I can't even understand what they mean because they seem almost neurotic. They can't form coherent sentences. Rice only has fiber, which is indigestible, and sugar. Of course, that's harder to digest than chicken. If the chicken is raw, then you can perfectly digest it. Of course, you shouldn't be eating the chickens of today raw because of the medications and the unnatural food that they get.
I don't know. I consume this. Literally, probably in 30, 40 minutes, worked out. More sodium.
They are both absolutely brainwashed slaves. The definition of losers. This guy also has tattoos, and that's because he wants to appear tough. They use the Tren because they know that they will always be looked down upon. Literally, most men will look down on them, and this is something that creates incredibly bad insecurities.
I live by 3 rules. All right. Eat, finish everything on your plate. Believe Jesus died on the cross for your sins. And the third one.
Spit it out.
Celebrating the Lions
Bullet for my Valentine.
with a celebration of the dog. Chest Day.
It's actually also funny how they listen to poser music. At the beginning, I think it was 3 Days Grace. All of these guys who have tattoos, wear sunglasses, go to the gym, listen to fake rock and metal bands. They have no idea what they are listening to. Actually, this is essentially just pop rock, but it's labeled as rock or metal music for the loser slaves who have no idea what real rock and metal music is. If they would hear black or death metal, then they would say that it's too much for them. No, I gotta go back to listen to Breaking Benjamin, some stupid pop rock. Really pathetic. Really shows you who they really are. The music that they listen to, which mostly teenage girls used to listen to, nowadays they are not popular anymore, actually perfectly shows you who they are. They listen to fake poser music, they have these tattoos, they are incredibly insecure, which is why they lift man-made metal for no reason, just to show how tough they are to the other losers. But in reality, if it would come down to it, they wouldn't be able to do anything which a man actually does in nature. It's just a perfect portrayal of a slave poser life. It's very sad. It reminds me of Jeff Nippard. He will always be short, just like them. They will never be able to actually grow, because the reason these short guys work out in the gym is because they want to grow, and what they really want is to grow tall. Funnily enough, actually, if you work out as a teenager, you will stay shorter because you will use up the growth hormones and the testosterone for the working out. Point being, deep down they want to grow upwards, but instead they are becoming obese. Yeah, it's just short, obese guys with tattoos listening to teenage girl music.
You get rice cakes and protein powder, rice to grounds with protein powder, or you get chicken and rice, okay? rice base, essentially, with some protein. You know,
Why do the slave bodybuilders eat rice? Rice, for one thing, has arsenic, which is obviously insanely toxic. But besides that, it only has fiber and sugar. As I said before, even candy would be healthier because you wouldn't be consuming any of the fiber, and it wouldn't have at least as much arsenic. Some candy also has arsenic nowadays. You should be eating raw meat. It's the best protein source out there. Liver for the vitamin A, which is what's going to make your muscles grow. Blood, of course, if available. And for the carbs, you should be eating fruit.
digestion, metabolism, runs every process in your body, you know, so keeping that good digestion is essential. If you're over here eating fucking fast food every fucking time you lift, it's just gonna fuck your gut health, and your gut health controls like how your stomach feels, and you're not gonna be able to.
Man, that's hilarious. He's eating a bunch of indigestible vegetables full of antibiotics. That's what pesticides are, and actually also the natural toxins inside of them. What the hell is he talking about? He's completely destroying his gut with that meal. Jesus Christ, these guys are ignorant.
Eat as much, and then you're gonna get inflammation in your stomach. You know, you're gonna be thinking you gain 4 pounds. You know, but realistically, it's just gonna be 2 pounds of inflammation in water. If I'm not bloated after the meal, then I should have another one. 230 grams of salmon, 175 grams of sweet potato, a veggie. This is probably my favorite meal. Everything we eat is pretty much like.
It looked like the best meal so far, although if it's farmed salmon, which it probably is, then you're eating very toxic meat. If you could get wild salmon, then it would be fine.
Yeah, look at that. We only cook breakfast and like dinner. It's meal prepped from this company called Everprep. I feel like the fucking Will Ferrell from the Elf movie, bro.
Why do they eat all of those man-made toxic vegetables full of pesticides? It makes no sense. They are so incredibly brainwashed. They're really the worst body destroyers I've seen, probably.
Motherfucker be putting syrup on everything type shit. Sweet taters for the wins, man. Just like how Ma used to make it. Except it didn't have the marshmallows and the brown.
Syrup also has glyphosate. One thing that's going to do is make you infertile. Not that it matters for them, seeing as they probably already are. And as I said before, nobody would want to reproduce with them anyway.
Meal 4, I'm still hungry. Damn shame. Brussels sprouts? Best vegetable. Talking about.
Nobody likes Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts, broccoli, kale, all of this garbage comes from cabbage. It's simply a man-made vegetable which is not even found in nature. Humans created it, and now the slaves eat it, even though it's insanely toxic.
Digestion and shit, and I'm drinking this shit. But it's all about, not going too far with it. Like, I'm already taking steroids. I gotta be healthy somehow. So that's why I'm talking about digestion, eating clean.
Eating clean, what does it even mean to these idiot bodybuilders? Oh my god, they're so incredibly stupid and brainwashed. It's unbelievable. You take drugs, you're obviously dumb because of that already. Why would you think that you understand anything about diet? It doesn't even make any sense. If you're that stupid that you go on to take drugs, then you should at least realize that you're stupid. You should look in the mirror and really look into your own eyes and say to yourself, I am probably incredibly stupid. I am an idiot. Realize that, and then realize that you don't know anything about life in any way. You should then also realize that you most definitely eat garbage food also. Brussels sprouts are toxic. Everything these idiots say is absolutely poisonous to their bodies. It's absolute garbage. Rice is one of the worst things you could possibly eat. Brussels sprouts are too. The salmon was probably farmed, I assume, which is one of the most toxic meats you could possibly eat. Everything that you eat is garbage because you're dumb. That's why you use drugs also. You're dumb drug addicts who have incredibly deep complexes, which is why you have the tattoos. You're just pathetic. Ugh.
We got one more meal. I love the last meal. Oatmeal. Yours is oatmeal? Mm-hmm. Mine's just protein. It's always the worst when you realize that you just fucking forgot to turn the mic on. So here we are doing a voiceover. Ugly ass face. It's quite charming. Get the point you said.
Early 20s, crazy. The wrinkles are that of a 30-year-old.
That you're eating horse shit. But it looks like I'm eating horse shit, to be honest. Oatmeal again and egg whites. Mikey's eating chicken and eggs.
The oats themselves, again, only have fiber, just like the rice, and some sugar. That's it. You're eating indigestible fiber and sugar for no reason. You have to be completely ignorant to eat these kind of garbage meals.
Yeah, so you see a pattern here, easily digestible and full.
How is it easily digestible? The easiest to digest foods are raw meat and blood. And afterwards, you could say, as far as plants go, that some fruits are relatively easy to digest, but that's it. Seeds cannot be easy to digest. It's impossible because, for one thing, they have indigestible fiber. If a food has something indigestible, which is why it's not even really food, then you shouldn't be eating it. Then you can't call it digestible. It cannot be good for your digestion. Something indigestible cannot be good for your digestion. You just have to be completely drugged up and brain damaged not to realize this.
Packed of protein and carb. There's the egg whites with a little bit of sugar-free ketchup.
Yep. Looking scrumptious, man. You know, I'd rather eat this than crumble cookie every day, huh?
Sure would, man. Sure fucking would.
Oh, here's the big girl. The big beast from the east.
She's gonna be like 130, and there's Jeet. You know, come to see what we got here. What's going on?
Yeah, as I said at the beginning of the video, instead of having children, which is not even possible for them really, they have dogs to take care of, because every man wants to, of course, have children, and in your early 20s, in nature, you would have 5+ children for sure. That's who you would be taking care of. Yeah, as I said, they're just slaves.
See if we got any dollars for him.
He looks like this on camera, and then, you know, he tries to literally eat people who knock on the door.
5 seconds later, he's trying to fucking kill the Uber Eats driver.
And then, yeah, I think we're going to go play Fortnite after this. So,
of course, Fortnite after, oh my god. Video games also. The definition of loser slaves.
I think that's what we're about to go do right now, matter of fact.
Alright, I had heard about this channel before. I had never watched any videos. It was actually way worse than I imagined. As I said, possibly the most ignorant and dumb bodybuilders I've ever seen. Yeah, I can't think of anybody else. Sure, most of them eat garbage, and a lot of them are on drugs, but to be this ignorant about digestion and so completely oblivious about the music that you listen to, why you have the tattoos, why you're so insecure about your height, why you do what you do, that's really a new so-called high for loser slaves. This I haven't seen before. Their lives are completely meaningless, and obviously, the same as it is with women, they also want children, which is why they have dogs. Human beings in general want to reproduce, and they are way beyond their age of natural reproduction. They already also look way beyond their age. The wrinkles on this one guy look like he's in his 30s already. An absolute disaster. It's incredibly messed up that YouTube lets them actually promote this lifestyle, seeing as they are literally promoting illegal drugs on YouTube, and they just don't do anything because the system just loves this. They want young men to get into this. Thanks for watching.